What it is, we were going on a trip when we came back here to see you that time, you know. And so we knew we were going to be gone a long time. And when we were away from home, I remember that when Daddy used to travel, used to live out west, that he never had an address. He would always just tell the people back in Georgia and people that were writing to him the towns he'd be going through. Like he'd say he'd be going through Denver, and so they would send mail to him, general delivery, Denver. And he would go in and pick up mail through the towns from back home. So we knew we were going to go see Dottie and Freddie, so we gave everybody, and we knew we were coming here, but we would get here before any mail could get here. So we wanted to be sure that we got some mail on this trip that we went out west. So I was looking at we gave them Dottie and Freddie's address, you know, people that wanted to write to us. And so I was looking at the map of California, and I thought, I really need to tell people an address that they'll remember. So I was looking by Yosemite National Park, and there's a town really close to Yosemite National Park, Jacksonville, California. So I said, you know, if we told our friends that we were going to be in Jacksonville, California, they would be sure to remember that because they live in Jacksonville. So I looked up the zip code, and I told everybody that I thought might write us that we were going to be in that we were going to come through Jacksonville, California, and for them to send it to general delivery there. It was a little town, and I thought, well, there'd be a little post office, be easy to find and everything. So we went to into Yellowstone, into Yosemite there, and we were driving around, and I found the road on the map that went by Jacksonville. So we were pulling the trailer. We hadn't yet got a campground, which made me a little bit nervous, but we wanted to get our mail so bad. We'd look forward to hearing from home for a long time. So I decided before we got our campground that night, we would find Jacksonville. So we were going down this road, and it reminded me of that road over there in Tyler State Park. A narrow little road, and all these really steep grades and cliffs off the edge. And I was thinking, this road is getting worse and worse, and there's no place to turn around. And I'm afraid this little trailer's going to we're going to hit a road, an incline, because I'd have it floorboarded, and we'd be going 5 miles an hour up. And I thought, well, one of these times we're going to get almost to the top, and it won't go anymore.
And you're going to slide
back down. And so I was getting so nervous and upset and scared, and there was no place to turn around. So finally, we came to a sign, and it said, narrow, winding road, unsafe for towed vehicles. But it had already been unsafe to me for the last 15 miles. And it had one place where you could pull off there. So I said, well, we'll pull off here and disconnect the trailer and then go on to Jacksonville and come back and pick up the trailer. So I pulled off to this little store that was sitting there, and the people came out, and I said, can we leave our trailer here? We need to go to Jacksonville to get our mail. And she said, what are you going to Jacksonville? Your mail is in Jacksonville? And I said, yeah, we're from Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, and we've had mail sent to Jacksonville. And she said, well, it's right down that little road there, but it's underwater. And what they had done, they had condemned the whole town, and they had flooded it, and it was totally submerged. And so we couldn't get any of our mail. They'd sent our mail somewhere else. I don't know where. Back home.
All in vain.
All in vain. And so we didn't disconnect. But I was glad I didn't have to go down that little road. But the whole town was underwater, and there was no more Jacksonville.
Oh, how sad!
And so the only mail we got was when we got to Dottie and Freddie's.
So now they have a lake there.
It's a lake. I don't know what
And somewhere on the bottom, there's our mail.
Yeah. We did. I'm not playing that word. No.
It's amazing that it still has zip code available.
It was. I think it was kind of recent that they had done it. They had all the.
Oh, well, they didn't send it in there. They kept
Turn it off.
Returned it.
You tell us about you saw a bunch of